Good morning, everybody. Dangerous Thing here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you another episode of a really cool, awesome, bananas task force operation that I completed yesterday with the most amazing task force in the world, aka my task force. And I know you're going to disagree because you're going to think yours is better or the top 10 task force in the world are better, but my task force folks have a very special place in my heart, and so I'm just going to go ahead and say that I love each and every one of them, and I think they are the best. So let me show you what we did yesterday. Yesterday we jumped into Operation Mambo. If you couldn't already tell by looking at the thumbnail of this video and the title of this video too. So Mambo was actually a medium difficulty level task force operation as compared to some of the other ones that we've completed before. So it took a little bit longer for us to complete it, understandably so. And yeah, if you are wondering, the name of my task force is Dangerous Thing, and I think we actually maxed out at 25 members right now. And I think I'm going to keep it at 25 just, for a little bit longer because I really want to get to know everybody I'm playing with. I want to get to know their styles and whatnot. So 25 is max, but I may open it up to 50 later. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's jump into Operation Mambo and let me show you the bases that were at stake. So basically there are 4 bases that we need to take down. It was Gambit, Quay, Commander, and Tonnage in the order of difficulty. So I'm going to go through each one of them in the order they were completed. And basically I'm going to just sort of tell you what went down. Okay, so let's jump in and watch the very first attack. So the first attack was done by the one and only. So he started off with Gambit, which was the lower difficulty base in this task force operation. Gambit is one of the least advanced members of my task force, and so we kind of had a plan for folks that are not as advanced as some of the other ones, like like some of my players like G-Boy and Moron. I know it's quite a name to pronounce, but they're really super advanced. So he had a very simple task at place. Basically, he needed to take down all of the mines right over there on the left side of the flank, and he did so successfully, throwing one of the barrages there, and then he deployed his Zookas and his heavies going for mortars. And actually those giant boom cannons on the right just wiped down a bunch of heavies right away, and there was just one Zooka left that basically for another minute was taking down the mini cores of the base, and that was it. He then later got taken down by one of the snipers from Sniper Tower. Okay, so now let's go into the next attack and see who went next on Gambit. Okay, so Masakraha, I hope I pronounced it properly, went down on Gambit next. He is a bit higher level, so let's see what he did here. So he deploys all of his troops on the right flank of the base and basically takes down throws down his critters. He's got Zookas and he's got heavies, and so he's just going through the left flank of the base, trying to keep his troops as far away as possible from mortars, because at this level they are able to take down Zookas with just one hit. But then again, what can take down Zookas with just one hit? So that was his attack. He basically just cleaned up the left flank even more to allow a way to the core for the next player. So okay, now let's look at Chi Village, who went next on Gambit, and let's see what he did. So Chi Village here deploys his troops right over here on the left flank, and as I said, the 2 previous members laid a very nice foundation for him to get down to the core. He puts a smoke around his troops so that they can rearrange and regroup, and basically he just shocks those boom cannons and mortars, and just like that, his Zookas and his heavies take down the core. So that was really beautiful, very well coordinated, and job well done. So now let's look at the next. Attack, and we then had people start on Commander. So Untalcoso, I hope I pronounced it right once again, he was the first one to go to attack Commander, and let's check out what he did here. So the base is really kind of really spread out, so if you want to take your troops to the left and then go around, it would take a lot of time. So we're also dealing with really high level boom cannons, machine guns, mortars, we have rocket launchers, we have shock launchers. So this was definitely a very complicated task at place. But what he's doing here, he is coming in to open up the flank. He's basically cleaning up those boom mines on the side and opening up the way to another player. So let's see who goes next on Commander. So, okay, let's scroll. Okay, so Jan Nikas, also known as Nikita, goes next on Commander, and let's see what Jan Nikas does. So he is coming in with all Zukas, and he is sending his Zukas right over here, taking down the rest of the mines, putting smoke so that they are unaffected by those fabulously strong rocket launchers and whatnot. And unfortunately, he could only clear off one boom cannon, which isn't bad either because it is really high level boom cannon with a whole lot of health attached to it. So let's look at who came after Jan Nikas and attacked Commander. So, okay, Jonathan 39 comes in right after him, and let's see what Jonathan does here. Jonathan is coming in with a combination of heavies and Zukas, and they're not really sure, I guess, because they're like figuring out the whole flare situation, and he takes them down right over here and hoping to take down at least one of the other boom cannons. Nope, I guess they're going at the core, and just like that, they get taken out. Zukas are really wonderful if they follow the flare well, and if they don't, then you're kind of just out of luck because anything can hit them and take them out like that. Okay, so that was Chivillage who went down on Commander, and let's see who goes down next on Commander. It is one and only Moron. You may be getting to know this name by now. He definitely is a star of our task force, takes initiative all the time, and he is the one who's very well known in our task force for knowing his way around with his warriors. So let's see what he does here. He directs his warriors all the way to the core. He then shocks the cannons on the side, and his warriors take down Commander in just a few seconds. So that was really beautiful. Now we have two more bases to go through. Now let's see who went down on Quay next. Okay, so Quay was third most difficult base on this map, and we had why don't I see it? Why don't I see it? Someone took it down. Well, that makes no sense. Okay, I don't see it in the log somehow. I know we took it down because we got all 475 points out of 475. So, yeah, that is really odd. Maybe it's like all the way back where I can't scroll anymore. So weird. Okay, well, that's a mystery to me. Let's now look at Tonnage, because Tonnage was the highest difficulty base, and oh, there it is. G-Boy took down Quay. Duh. I definitely need to check my eyesight. I looked at it like 3 times. Okay, so G-Boy is another one who I've mentioned, who's got really high level base. He's a really high level player, very strategic, and so he came in with all tanks and you know, and one batch of wonderful medics, which are helping to keep his tanks healthy and alive throughout all the attacks from rocket launchers on the sort of middle flank of the base, and they are making their way to the core. He was strategic enough to deploy his troops from the right flank, where he was outside of the reach of those boom cannons and cannons. We all know that tanks are really awesome and have a lot of health, but cannons, they're just their biggest nemesis. And just like that, Quay took it down all by himself, no help necessary. You can see how I think my task force is pretty fantastic, don't you? Okay, so yeah, so Quay went down like that. Sorry it took me so long to find it. Definitely need to get my eyes checked. Now let's look at Tonnage. Tonnage was the most difficult base on the map, as I've mentioned, and Lufesi was the first one who started off the attack. Let's check out his plan of actions. Look at this monstrosity of a map. There is so much going on there. Mines, cannon, rocket launchers, boom cannons, shock launchers, flamethrowers. I mean, there's just absolutely so much going on. So what he does is he comes in right here and he tries to take down these rocket launchers because we really want them down for the next person to come in and get the heck through it without getting taken down by rocket launchers. He gets close enough to them where he's now outside of the reach, so they can't hit him anymore, which is wonderful strategy because that is the only way you can take it down with grenadiers. So that was really, really awesome. His grenadiers are going bananas on the rocket launcher, and let's see where he takes them next. So he basically just directs them all around and I guess tries to take down some of the power cores. Maybe he's trying to get some gunboat energy to clear off the mines, or maybe he's just having fun. So just like that, he took down 2 rocket launchers that were really, really important to get rid of because, like I said, they're so powerful and, you really, really need to get rid of them in order to open up the flank for the next player. So Naughty-Zerat then comes in, and let's see what he does. He comes in with Zookas and Heavies, and let's speed that up. He directs them on the right because now there aren't 2 flamethrower rocket launchers there, so they are absolutely unaffected, and they can just get a whole bunch of health here and gunboat energy by taking down those mini power cores. And let's see what he does next. Okay. So taking them right over again on the right flank, and actually I think I may have skipped someone because it looks like a lot more was taken down in between Naughty Boy and so what he does here is he just goes at the core and tries to go hard on the power core, but unfortunately the rocket launchers are coming in at last second and wiping out the remaining Zookas. Okay, so I think I skipped someone on tonnage. Let me know. Okay, Admiral Lupo, I'm going to give you some highlights too. Sorry, I skipped you. So Lupo was the one who came in between 2 players, and he comes in with all tanks, and he's basically going to be the one to take down a whole bunch of power cores on the right flank of the base, and he's also going to get down and take down some of the boom cannons and some of the mortars right by the core. So he definitely has gotten deep enough into it where he can now, after he's done, going to reach the sniper towers. Gee, I'm having a terrible mind freeze this morning. And then he's gonna try to, get a little closer, shock those boom cannons, take them down, and that was really, really fabulous strategy because those boom cannons, could be really deadly, could be really, really deadly to our tanks. So the tanks get in on the very corner by the power core and basically take out some of the defense buildings there. So apparently, I think they're just not, he just ran out of time, or, who knows. So then that was 3 attacks now in tonnage. Like I said, most difficult base on the entire task force. And then I was the one who basically finished it off, which felt really wonderful. Okay, so by now my teammates basically have done everything they possibly could have to, open up the flank for me. And what I did is I descended with, a pretty good amount of Zookas and 1 landing craft of medics and a few heavies. So I'm going to clear up a little bit more of these power cores here. I still got a minute and a half to go, so I am not really worried about the time here. What I need to do now is direct the troops in such a way that they don't get hit up by this, one standalone sniper tower. And so I'm gonna throw a little bit of smoke right here, put my troops right by the core, and just take it out, just like that. So that was it, you guys. That was Operation Mambo. Like I said, our team did really well. We took notes. We let each other know, what our strengths are. We kind of shared what our gunboat energy is. And and thank you so much to my officers for making this happen. I really, really think I couldn't be happier with my task force now. Dangerous Thing is the name one more time. If you are looking for Forever Home and you're looking for a task force, we're currently maxed out, but we may open up to 50 people in the future. So keep us in mind and check in with us later. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I am really happy to have you here. I will see you guys next time. Dangerous Thing is out.